All right, all right. We're live on YouTube and Facebook. Let's go ahead and start recording for the Spotify, Apple Podcast, and all that. All right, so we're live. This is Brandon B. Dixon, your host. You're tuned into the Power of Ownership Podcast. I got Steven Contreras here, my guest host as well. Let's go ahead and start it off real quickly. Again, my name is Brandon B. Dixon. I'm a serial entrepreneur, mortgage broker, published author. To be two-time published author here in a second. Community activist, so on and so forth. My book, Sales, the Nucleus of Any Profession, is out right now. Now is actually the time to stop it right now since you're at home right now. So to get better and plan for the future here. Uh, the Power of Ownership Podcast, we talk about not only ownership of um, properties and intellectual property, we talk about ownership of the mind, body, and soul as well. So we bridge the unseen occult knowledge and we bridge it to actual practical stuff. So this is the stuff that you need. This is the education that you need. Let me go ahead and promote it, then we're gonna get right into it. First off, if you need a mortgage, go to my website, www.hocmortgage.com. This is what I do by trade. Now's the time to buy property. Investment properties, duplexes, triplexes. Now's the time to get rich. This is going to be the greatest exchange of wealth in U.S. history going on right now. So get you a piece of the pie, get you some property, get you some things that actually accumulate wealth. It's a buyer's market right now. You get your pick of the property. Go ahead and start right now. You want to get me for sales training, any type of knowledge base. This is for the people that's trying to get better. People that's not trying to get better, they want to stuff to fall out the sky. Omit this podcast. Don't even watch this podcast because this is not for you. This is for people that's trying to get better and trying to build wealth by pragmatism, not through luck. If you believe in lucky, go to the casino. This is what we do. We talk about we're going to control our own destiny by practical tasks and lessons to actually excel ourselves, not some lottery stuff. So go to my website, www.billionaireloanofficer.com. I can teach you, I can train you, I can coach you, I can mentor you, and to show you how to get this money. Also, you call me 24/7, 832-775-8357, 24/7. Give me a call. Again, don't forget, I charge. So, I'm not going to sit there and talk about the weather. I charge for consultation. Go to our Cash App. Oh, before I do that, at Billionaire Loan Officer on all social media. And go to our Cash App, the Power of Ownership. And if you like what we're doing, you want to donate, that's great. Keep the donations coming, keep it going, and so on and so forth. Steven, go ahead and introduce yourself, and let's go ahead and get started.
Hey guys, I'm Steven Contreras here, geologist in Houston, Texas, current seller of health insurance. Kind of like a Renaissance man, studier of the arts and the sciences. Just trying to make the world a better place and trying to help as many people as I can along the way. And you can find me on Facebook at Steven Contreras. You can find me on Instagram, Steven_Contreras_90. And yeah, I'm excited to be here today. I had a little crazy night last night, but that's
1 2 1 2.
That's
yeah. Sorry about that. Can you hear me better now? I didn't have my mic plugged up.
Oh yeah, I can hear you better.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Let me put my pop filter on there. Cool.
Yeah, that's me just trying to help the world. One little step at a time.
Gotcha. All right, so that's the intro. We try to keep the intro under 5 minutes perfect. We have 4:30, so we promoted everything. And let's go ahead and get to the show because we're not going to keep y'all too long. I know y'all caught up in the propaganda and y'all glued to CNN right now, and don't have time to actually, you've been distracted and got your mind off of the task at hand, which is to become a better human being and transcend the human experience by becoming the greatest human being that you can. So, and this is part of the distraction. I wanted to talk a little bit about, I'm not sure who did this quote. I'm not sure if it's Muhammad Ali or like Al Sharpton or somebody, But this kept coming to my mind all this week. It said that if you don't fight, you're guaranteed to lose. If you don't fight, you're guaranteed to lose. And it had nothing to do with the current climate in the U.S. It came about when I was talking to one of my referral partners, and we're trying to close this deal, and everybody's giving up except us. And it's not even our house. So I'm the loan officer, so I'm trying to fight to get this person a house, and the person himself has kind of given up. So, and I kept telling them, if you don't fight, you're guaranteed to lose. So, and I took that even on a deeper level. Fighting just does not mean reacting emotionally and lashing out on people. Fighting is when I give you an example for myself. I come from New Orleans. I had a speech impediment growing up. I taught myself self-taught how to read and write, and now I'm one of probably the best writers in the world. I wrote this in 2 weeks. So I was self-taught. I fought back. I didn't take what that was given to me. It goes to the earlier show, the deck that the cards that we were dealt. You shuffle that deck. So it's almost a continuation of that show. If you don't fight, you're guaranteed to lose. You got to fight for your manifestation that you want. Because everything that you visualize, everything that you meditate on is not going to come out picture perfect like you want it. You have to fight to keep it in those bounds that you want it. So I wanted to open that up, and there's a whole discussion, but that's the premise of today's show. If you don't fight, you're guaranteed to lose. So I'm opening that up to you, Steve. Go ahead, run it.
Yeah, most people, when they think about fighting, they think fighting other individuals, right? Like the masculinity of fighting. Right. But yeah, it's more of, like you said, it's more of the internal struggle between yourself and the world in general. Joe Rogan and Kevin Hart just came out on a podcast, and they were talking about something real similar about how, if you believe like you're in a game, right? If life is actually the game of life, every step that you're going to go against is just another version of yourself trying to level up, And a lot of people stop fighting because they get comfortable and they like where they're at, and they just start just not caring, not seeing the bigger picture, And so every time you keep on leveling up the levels, you have to keep on facing the harder and harder versions of yourself. It's the ego trying to survive. It's a test. It's all a test, and if you don't fight, you're going to lose. You have to keep on preparing any moment and any circumstance. Like a lot of people go to the gym just to try to get girls or guys or whatever. They actually, probably about 90% don't actually go to work out just to make themselves better. And so when you're training to fight, sometimes it doesn't even make sense why you're training or why you're studying, but it's better to be prepared for the fight or the moment than not be prepared at all. Would you agree?
Right. Well, when you go to the gym, you're supposed to be fighting for your health.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It amazes me that a lot of us go to the gym and fight for our health, but we don't go to the library or we don't go to study and fight for the health of our mind, the growth of our mind. When you hit those weight, that makes your muscles grow and your body grow. But what do we do to expand the mind, to expand our smarts, to learn how to play this game and learn how to fight this game? I watch it. Lately, I've been watching boxing a lot, little clips and stuff like that. I don't know why I've been intrigued with boxing. I've been watching old Muhammad Ali clips. I've been watching old George Foreman clips. It's real. Boxing is real technical and real strategic. And it's at the spur of the moment where you practices over and over and over and over, where the instincts take over. But it's still technical. You reprogram the subconscious mind to where it's almost instinctual to move how your opponent moves. So why do we think the game of life is not as technical as boxing is?
It is.
Yeah, this is complex, and you have to study and do repetition over and over if you want to win the match. So why do we just freestyle in life? We just go in and free la 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 la, and let's see what happens. Doesn't make any sense. Why are you not prepared? I mean, a lot of people still don't read. A lot of people, how do you not practice your skill if you want to become rich, if you want to become well off or even comfortable? How do you not practice your skill of what you're trying to go in to become successful? Doesn't make any sense. It's like a boxer not training.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just go ahead and fight him. I'm not gonna watch any film. Just whatever I could do. That's how we do with life. We open these businesses and don't do any research.
Yeah.
Oh, let's stop and see what happens. As soon as I get open, the people are gonna come. We don't know how to market. We don't know how to sell. We don't know how to actually. There's websites that's in place to even strategically place in your business. It could tell you the future of your business based on the locality. We don't know about all this. We just do stuff random. We don't seek out mentorship. I want to tie this to something else as well, and I hope a lot of my people are listening because this is because we are the leaders of people, the minorities, or what you want to say. We're actually with the majority in the world, but in this particular LLC, this corporation that we live in, which is called the United States of America, we are supposed to be the minors. It has nothing to do with numbers. It has to do with intelligence, because we're minorities as far as intelligence. We're minors as far as intellect. So we need to have people to read for us because we don't know about etymology. We don't know about etymology. So we need people to interpret for us. So, and most of the time it's people that have the same hue. Sadly enough, they categorize us by hue of the skin, but a lot of people with the same hue of the skin have this particular same problem. We don't read, we don't prepare, we don't take this thing serious. So what I'm saying is that people like us need to start taking this thing serious, and we need to go ahead and start preparing for the next phase. The next phase is, this is an LLC. This is a corporation. We need to be business savvy. The job, the time of jobs and stuff like that, just getting by, is going to be taken over by artificial intelligence real soon. So you're not going to be able to survive real soon.
Yeah. So how are people going to adapt? Are they going to just sit and just watch it all fly by them? That's probably what 90% of the people will do. Will just let the change overtake them and not plan well, and or people going to figure it out. It's like, oh, maybe I should buy digital things, like you said, digital airspace and things like that, just to make sure they have that security blanket to be able to adapt to the change, because it's going to come fast.
The change is happening right before our eyes. Again, I don't want to get into too much of, but what you think you see, you're not really seeing. So what you think you're seeing, you're not really seeing. I'm gonna leave it at that. You're seeing something different. You're seeing occult rituals right before your eyes, and it's all about the reaction, how you react to things. That's what all life is about. It's not what happens to you, it's how you react to them. So when you put it's almost like a mixed direction in a football play. When the linebackers float this way and the ball is going the other way, all your energy is over here, and you miss the whole play because you overrun yourself out of the play. That's what you're doing right now. If you get caught up in this protesting stuff, you're overflowing the play. You're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, playing in the hands of the propaganda.
Right. So you play it right into the hands of where they want you to go. And we got to get out of the base level thinking. We got to scratch beneath the surface. That's why you don't see any post on me for, any ritual post, because I'm not going for the BS. I already know what's going on.
Yeah, me either. I don't post anything like that. Just all peace and positivity from my end.
Right. So again, this is your. Let's go on the metaphysical tip. This is your world. You create what you want to create. If you want to experience what's going on and buy into it, that this was going to happen. You could create that. You could create something other than what they're posting there. It's up to you. The thing is, if I keep hitting you with it, that becomes repetition. That becomes the program.
Mm-hmm.
You could reprogram your subconscious mind. You have control. But if you buy into it, you didn't bought into the program, and so the program should play out.
Yeah, and most people don't even realize that they're supporting the programs all around them at all times. Like,
Right. Well,
it's just subconsciously, like they run the programs that they talk about the things people talk about on TV because they don't really know what else to talk about.
well, just like in the Matrix, if you're not one of us, you're one of them. You're part of the program.
Mm-hmm.
At any time, you could be an agent. Because the agent, you are the protector of the system because you really believe this is real.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So if you're not one of us, you're one of them.
And that's it's usually how it goes, and like a lot of people, they even from birth, especially in the lower income communities that are less fortunate, they're never taught how to fight the system. Sometimes it's not everyone thinks about, like you said, everyone thinks about, oh, let's burn down a building or something like that, but no one's taught them actually. They're teaching them emotional fighting, right? Instead of internal fighting, like how do I get out of the system itself?
Well, I was going to use a subtitle on this, but it didn't fit. If you don't fight, then you're guaranteed to lose, but fight smart. That was going to be the subtitle. And what we're doing, if this was the case, let's say all this is what it is. Let's go ahead and play the game. Let's say, Spider-Man is real and, Santa Claus is real as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and play the game. In that context, burning the building that you pay for as a taxpayer doesn't make sense. It's your money. It's not smart. If you really wanted to be smart about it, then you would put a lien on this particular officer's bond. And then all the officers' bonds, then pretty soon, if you got liens, if they got enough liens on them, then the insurance carrier is going to be too risky, and they're going to have to drop them all together.
Yeah.
That's how you fight smart, by burning a building that you own technically, because it's a public building and you as a taxpayer pay the taxes to build this. Doesn't make sense because this is going to file an insurance claim and make your insurance higher. You're going to pay more.
Yeah.
It's not smart.
And it's also like, with this whole coronavirus thing, we all got stimulus checks for $1,200, and a lot of people are making more money on unemployment, and you would hear them talking about like protesting or like standing up for themselves, and all of a sudden they get the check or the stimulus check and they stop fighting because they don't. I was like, oh, we're comfortable, but they don't even realize like we put the money there. We pay the taxes for everyone to get that money, right? So like, it's not the government giving us money. It's actually ourselves giving ourselves a reserve fund.
People don't understand what this is, man. First of all, none of this is real. It's fiat. It doesn't really exist. It's fiat currency. Yeah. Not real. Your perception, your mind makes it real. It's just they print the money.
Exactly.
So in your mind perceives it as valuable. That's why they call it currency. It's the electricity. It's nothing but energy. Money is moon energy. Money, moon energy.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do the science again? I can't get too deep, but it's all energy. Money, moon energy, same stuff. So it's the energy that keeps this particular economy going, that gets you up out of bed, that keeps you going and stuff like that. It's the perceived value of this worthless piece of paper on these numbers on the screen that you think is worth anything. As you dig deeper, you see it's backed by absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's just a piece of paper.
It's a piece of paper.
We got off the gold standard in 1978, right?
Right. But this is the thing. This is what we as leaders in the community, okay, this is what I preach and this is what I stand on. In order to get out, you got to go in. So, all right, we're going to play the game. but we're gonna get a high score out of that SOB.
Yeah.
So y'all want to play the game? We can play the game too. We can play the game and we'll make it lit. So
yeah,
as soon as huh?
I was gonna say, yeah, we'll be in the party cabin on the train, you know.
Well, this is the thing. As long as you're not participating in the game, as long as you are the losers in the game is fun. Just like with a neighbor, they have the basketball go. As long as they busting your butt up in the basketball game, it's fun to them. But as soon as you start winning in their own home court, they're gonna change the rules. They're gonna want to they're gonna take the ball from you. They're gonna want to go inside.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we have to do. We have to make them want to change the rules and go inside. So in order to get out, you got to go in. That's why we preach what we preach.
And that's the only reason. Yeah, that's the only reason why. That's the only reason why, like, we're here. You know, to like reflect inside. You know, it's just that the first level. You know, the only way to, and the rules don't change. It's the same for everybody. You know, some people it's harder. Their circumstances, like their cards that they were gave, that it's harder than others. But you know, the rules are generally the same for everyone. You know, and they don't change. It's been like that for a very long time. So.
Right. So as I was saying is that all we have to do is start put together a couple of drives, put together a couple of winning seasons. And you will see that will be the change that you're looking for. As long as you resist the system, I'm not going to play the game because it's not for me. It's rigged. Okay, cool. You're going to be on the bottom. You're going to look like the Dolphins. You're going to look like the Browns. You know, hadn't reached the playoffs since the 80s. But all right, if you adhere to the rules of the game, okay, I understand that it's rigged, but I'm still going to score something. Instead of scoring one touchdown, let me score two because I know you're going to try to take the one away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Get that in your mind frame, and then let's score some points because you know anything we in, we're going to take it over. Just like basketball. You know, people with heavily melanated in a skin didn't invent basketball, but we took it over. Same thing. People's claim we didn't invent this system, capitalism. That's debatable. I think people that look like us did invent it, and we passed it on. That's debatable. But let's go ahead and get in the game and start taking it over.
Yeah.
Why not? That's the only way as long as you resist the game, as long as it's going to be that monkey on your shoulder, that monkey on your back that you can't get off. Go ahead and embrace the game, not just hustling. We got that down pat. Hustling is not. That's when you do an activity and not producing enough to get by.
And like you said, it's about experience too. So like if there's 3 doors in front of you, right, and you have a good idea or a good original thought, if you're not prepared, if you haven't been training your whole life for these moments, you know, you're going to the door's going to come back and hit you. But you can't get discouraged because it's a lesson, right? So like when you go through door number 1 with this idea and the system spits you back out, boom, hits you hard. You just got to brush it off and try again and try to learn from it. Go through door number 2, bam, it hits you harder. You know, you actually made it, but you didn't prepare and you didn't invest into how things actually work, and the rocket comes crashing down, right? And then after door 1 and 2, after your failures, and you go through door number 3 with that good idea, you just walk right through. You know, it's you made it. Yeah, and
well, this is the thing to kind of tag on to that. What's happening to us is the misdirection play. We're fighting for we're barking up the wrong tree. What we should be fighting for is our reputation.
That's all we have.
We should be fighting for is the program, the stop the propaganda, the stop the program. A couple of things I'm looking at. I'm gonna tell you how powerful the mind is, how powerful the program is. I was looking at a couple of movies this weekend. I watched a couple of different movies like Brightburn and stuff like that, science fiction movies.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden I watched this movie called Rent Due. And it's from like Cleveland or something like that. All out stupidity. from the dialogue. I'm a writer, so if I'm bashing you, I'm not knocking your hustle. If you're watching this, make your money. Cool, fine. But this is the stuff that we should be protesting. The image of black and brown people as being ignorant, money motivated, transactional motivated, no sympathy, no empathy, no unity in the community. That image that's been portrayed since the 70s. Nothing's changed since the black exploitation pictures in the 70s. Same stuff we putting out that we supposed to be making money off of now. We write the same type of movies over and over and over and over. Why can't I see besides Black Panther, what other movie is there where you see somebody that looked like us in a dignified role, or the superhero or intellectual role? It's always got to be some drugs and pimping, some strippers, some
entertainers,
shucking and jiving, comedian, stupidity, shucking and jiving, basically. Same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. That's what you should be protesting, because what happens is you see that and you think that's reality, and you're going to regurgitate the same thing. And I'll give you an example too. I was watching this movie a while back, about a year ago, and I was just scrolling through Amazon Prime, not to take up too much time, but real quickly, and I seen Just Brittany, and that mine or yours?
Yours.
Hold on a second. I seen Just Brittany and Mystical in the same film. So I'm like, man, let me check this out. Let me check it out and see what's what. So I turned on the movie. The first scene on the movie is the same scene from New Jack City with the dope and the women with no shirt on. This was 25, 30 years ago. New Jack City came out in the 80s, man. So the same thing we regurgitating over and over and over and over and over. We boxed into this matrix, and you can't think outside of the box. And it's like it's the catch-22. You think outside the box and it flop, you lose your money.
Mm-hmm. Door number one.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Or if you think outside the box and nobody wants to buy into it, or nobody can relate to it, you lose your money. Mm-hmm. So we constantly put out stuff that perpetuate the negative, just so you can make some money, and actually the people that's watching it, that's what they're boxed into. So we get more of the same. So something's gonna have to change. Even the music that we pump, every other sentence, we're harmonically talking about killing other people. And it's everybody rushes to the dance floor when it's in the club. Mm-hmm. But when it happens in real life, we watch somebody get killed in real life, we're horrified. Mm-hmm. This is what you're singing about. You're singing choruses.
Yeah. The planned writing. Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So the outrage should be the same. All right. That song, I'm not knocking these entertainers that get their money and stuff like that, but we have to switch the narrative. We have to have 50-50 at least. If you're gonna pump that, we need at least 50% or something on the higher plane in order to make a conscious choice. But if that's all we see is the negative, that's all we're gonna regurgitate. Mm-hmm. That's the programming. So what we preach from the beginning, to take ownership and reprogram the subconscious mind. We need to reprogram, and we need to pump stuff that's along that category in the higher mind frame. That's the only way we're gonna get out. In order to get out, we got to go in.
Mm-hmm. Always. And each level you're going up, you're always going to be battling a harder version of yourself. So you have to dig real deep, and it's for the long haul,
Right. We're fighting a holy war in the mental. Mm-hmm. So it's all about the higher versus lower in the middle, in the mental. And if you all pump lower, that's all you have nothing to fight with. Where's your sword? So you set up to lose again. We have nothing to fight with because we can't fathom anything else. We can't imagine a sword to fight with. We have nothing. You're not giving the next generation or your peers anything to fight with if you don't pump anything positive.
Yeah, it's like that scene in Harry Potter, the second one. He's in the Chamber of Secrets, and he has to fight this serpent.
Uh-huh.
And there's like this evil entity in the room with him, and he's about to die, and he can't even think about what to do. He has no, he's accepted his fate. He's given up, and then all of a sudden a hat falls out, right, and then he reaches into the hat and he pulls a sword,
Right.
you know, and so that's a metaphor of like some people can't even imagine how they're going to win, but if you train, if you're fighting, you're always preparing yourself for those moments, for those moments to beat down the monster.
Right. My mentor, Mattress Mac, always used to say, in the heat of battle, you always go resort back to your training.
Hmm.
So if we're trained, if we're programmed nightly, CNN, the media, the liberal media, liberal Hollywood, that and these people are not your friends. Because look how they portray us. Thieves, criminals, pimps, pushers, prostitutes. Look at the music, dummies. Can't put together a sentence. So why can't an intellectual, witty film make it? I scrolled across Amazon Prime. Every movie that is an ethnic movie is shucking and jiving, stupidity. Every song is some stupid stuff. So this is how your friends, your allies portray you. That's what they let go, and you're not helping yourself by feeding into it. So we're not given in a heat of battle. You're going to regurgitate what you see. This is what you've been trained to do. Act stupid. Act emotional. First thing first, somebody rub you the wrong way, you want to go ahead and get the gap because that's what you heard on your songs. You don't know how else to act.
Hmm.
You see?
Yeah, turn off your shoulder, right? Doesn't bother me.
It's everything get money. What about save money? What about multiply money? Where's the songs about that?
Hmm.
What about money is worthless. Money always gonna come if you understand cosmic currency.
Yep. Yeah, and you gotta live
What
through
about
the
what are the songs about that? This
you
is
got
the stuff that we need to be fighting for. And I'm gonna wrap this up with this thought. And I think I'm echoing this. I said this in an earlier show. We really don't want, let's be honest, we really don't want freedom. We love the symbiotic subordinate relationship that we have right now. Let's be all the way honest. Because think about it, we're not willing to sacrifice what it's going to take to form your own country. Are you willing to sacrifice your generation to first of all die, put blood in the streets to go ahead and gain your independence? Then to reform another government that looks like all the people that looks like us. It's going to take years. And then to actually establish trade worldwide and get it something similar to what we have here, if not better, quote unquote. How long is that going to take? And are you willing to sacrifice to get it? Hell no. You want the BMW right now. You want the crib right now. And it's not because that's the luxury. You want it just to be facetious. Hey, I got this and you don't have it. Let's be honest. And a nation will rise no bigger than this woman. Our women really want this stuff. They want the high heels. They want the red bottoms. They want the Louboutins. They want the quote unquote I'm living my best life. So we're going to do what they want. It just is what it is. We're not going to rise no higher than what they want. That's what they want. That's what we're going to give them because it's just how we were programmed. So until our women start to say, all right, I'm tired of this. I want a communal sense. I want to go back to how we had it, whatever. I want a new way of life. They don't really want that. They really just want, I'm going to say it, they really just want Caucasians to be nice to them. That's it. That's it. Hey, be nice, play fair. That ain't right. You see what I'm saying? That's it. You don't want revolution. You don't want no freedom. You just want somebody to be nice to you. Why should they? That's like I'm a Texas fan. Why should I not talk smack about a Saints fan?
Right.
It just is what it is. Well, that's not nice. It is what it is. That's why they call it a race. You can talk smack. I don't have to like Saints fans or whatever. However, it just is what it is. So, but play nice, play fair. That's all you want. And that's not going to happen. You either have to go hard in the game, start winning, and be respected when you start winning. Because everybody loves a winner. That's how it's set up.
It's true.
So start winning and get respected. When you start winning, now I got this money, I got this power. This is your game, quote unquote. I still think it's ours, but this is your game, quote unquote. Now we can pick the senators and the congressmen, the local people, and I can control the chessboard.
Yeah,
that's how you win.
Seat at the table.
Now I got a seat at the table, but we don't want to do that. It's easy to complain, and it's hard to congregate and construct. Complaining is easy. Congregating and constructing is hard.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, we're builders at heart.
Right. So if you don't build this, it's easy to complain. Whine and complain and moan about the rules. Do something about it. Win. Start winning. And this is what we preach. This is what we preach. This is what I preach on the Power of Ownership podcast, is to start winning.
Yeah.
Put together some wins. Then you have more control of the chessboard. Then you got a better hand that you can win this hand, so on and so forth. Then you can put together what you want to put together. Then you can influence the world how you want to influence the world. Until then, you're in a subordinate position, and you're satisfied with that subordination, and you're playing right into the whole master's plan. It's just this is what it is. You're gonna be stuck in that particular mold, and you're never gonna get out. You're gonna always have the second-rate education. You're always gonna have the second-rate food, mental food, the BS entertainment that we have, which is all garbage that degrades yourself and shuck and jive, looks stupid. And everybody, why don't people respect us? Look at all right, if somebody's not in another country and looking at the so-called African American from a and they see this stupidity, what do you think they're gonna? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's part of the propaganda, the programming, the stereotypes.
They see clowning, stupidity, and killing each other.
Yeah.
For stupidity. And just like when we watch nature videos and all they show is the tiger, attacking people, you're gonna think the tiger's vicious. Let me stay away from the tiger.
Mm-hmm. Or sharks, right?
Yeah. So they only show one-sided. This is what they're showing. So you have control. Stop making these movies. Stop portraying it. Stop getting into these movies. I salute Kevin Hart. I salute LeBron James to start making their own movies that way they can control the content and control the narrative of how the world views us.
Yeah, Obama did the same thing with Netflix. He owns a quarter of Netflix.
Right. So, I mean, that's the thing, man. It's we got to start taking the narrative, controlling the narrative. Again, I'm not gonna keep y'all too long, man. You got to fight smart. Fight smart, man. Burning down your own buildings is stupid.
It sure is.
Burning down your own buildings is stupid, man. Especially if you know what this is. Do you know? Let's. I'm not even gonna go there. We got a good show. I'm not even gonna go there. But look around. Take a hard look around. And and really open your eyes and really critically think of what's going on. What you see isn't really what you're seeing. It really, it's not really reality. So it is what it is, man. Let's go ahead and take them out. Steve, go ahead.
Yeah, just on my final thoughts is, the power of love is powerful. Try to love everyone. You can still work hard and fight for what you believe in, and just do it with the power of love and see how far it takes you. And with that being said, you can find me, Steven Contreras, on Facebook, at Steven_Contreras_90 on Instagram. I also work for a nonprofit called the Institute of Health Research, and we are putting on an event. It got pushed back to July 10th. And basically, we'll be going over immunotherapy, health, and what to do in particular crises like the ones we just left, and how to be able to have health and wellness throughout your community. We'll have 3 guest speakers from all around the world, and it'll be in the Woodlands, Texas at 11:30, July 10th. $50 a ticket. So if you're interested, just feel free to contact me. It'll be a good time, good event, and I'm really excited for it. And so just have a great, blessed rest of your day, and try to work hard out there. Keep moving. It's the best advice I can give you.
Gotcha. Let's go ahead and take them out real fast. Again, my name is Brandon B. Dixon. I'm a published author, serial entrepreneur. My book, y'all need to copy this. Get a copy of this right now. You could get a digital copy on Amazon for $4.99 in the Kindle store. If you're already a Kindle Unlimited, you got it for free. The hard copies are $13, man. This is something that can change your life. I've even seen some people that's using it now in like the insurance business and stuff like that. Their sales have tripled and quadrupled. Just using my 7-step process. So take advantage of the knowledge is there. It's in the book. You just got to go and get it. Everything is just not going to drop in your lap. Everything is just not going to, don't leave everything to luck. That's what religion has done to us, has hindered us and made us spooky and what's the word for it? Spooky and
superstitious.
Yeah. And the practicality is gone. They took the power out of your hands and placed it in somebody else's hands, and we just go with the flow wherever the tide takes us, which is wrong. You control the boat. You can actually walk on water, and walk and do your thing. So take the power in your own hands. If you like what we do in Cash App us, the Power of Ownership podcast. If everybody that listen to us, we got 600-something people that listen to us on a weekly basis. Everybody chip in $2, or $1, whatever you got. We're grateful for it. Go to my website, www.hocmortgage.com, apply for a mortgage. Like I said, now is the best time to get these investment properties. Multi-unit is the best way to make you some good cash flow. The more doors, the more better. Invest in yourself, www.billionaireloanofficer.com. I can safely say one of the best loan officers, if not the best in the business right now. Definitely one of the best sales trainer on the planet, according to my mentor, Mattress Mac, who's a billionaire. Where's these other people's credentials? I got billionaires telling me I'm the best sales trainer on the planet. I know how to sell. I know how to create 6-figure earner, 7-figure earner. So if you want to get 6 or 7 up, 8 up, 9 up, holler at me. www.billionaireloanofficer.com. Call me, 832-775-8357. You call me 24/7. And go ahead and follow me on all social media at Billionaire Loan Officer, all social media. We're going to go ahead and take you out. We'll be back next Sunday with another powerful episode, probably a couple of guest stars. Remember that God is a verb and personal responsibility is your only savior. With that, I'm going to say
peace.